It was on a day much like this, where I had to get my ass into work early. What was that? It was July 3rd, I think, when I started these 30-minute musings. And I had to jump in to the news station, work-wise, for, covering, because everybody wanted that long weekend. I feel a sneeze coming up. I'll apologize in advance. No, fuck the apology. It just happens. I'll sniffle. But, yep, it is about 2:50 in the morning as I sit here. Man. Yeah, I gotta be in at 4 in the morning. That's when we start up. Well, the first thing that I really need to fire off is at 5. But I'll get in early, as I always do. Here was the rundown. I was supposed to work Tuesday, but was given the day off because this got switched up this Wednesday morning. So, yeah, heading in for my 4 a.m. start time. Let me get this going on the goddamn... Get a little defog going. Because, it rains and it's all humid and shit down here. But... heading in for my 4 a.m. start time, which will take me right to noon. I have not done this, granted, July 3rd I was in early on the news station to do that, but that was like, call it holiday type shit, where it was all pre-recorded stuff and we weren't doing anything in-house live. Today it's in-house and it's live, so I haven't done this particular shit in probably a year. I'd have to really reach back and look. But 1 hour, the first hour is basically prep up for the remaining 7 hours that I gotta do. Everybody else kind of gets in, starts up at 5, at least for news and traffic. But the live show, the morning news shit, that starts up 5:45, we get the jump on things, but technically 6 till 10. That's the morning news, and then 10 till noon, kind of a politically driven talk show live in-house. So I'm basically doing nothing. Well, of course, if I'm on the news station, I'm going to be doing a lot of news, obviously, but 4, 5, 6 hours is live and in-house. Kind of absolutely interacting with the talent, with the hosts, with the crew. The 4 o'clock hour just kind of basically getting set up for everything forward. News and traffic, they get themselves in for the 5 o'clock. And the morning news, like I said, starts at 5:45. A little scratch in the throat here. Put your blinker on about a block ahead, would you? Goddamn taxi. Huh. Gonna be a quiet ride to work, I would presume. Stranger things have happened, as you all know. You heard it. Spliced in that recording, but you know how that works. Stranger things have happened. Don't know how many out-of-state plates I'll be seeing this time of day, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh boy. Well, what else do I got to say? Oh, here was the rundown of it. Knowing that I had to, wake up, get to work, be there at 4 a.m., how I went about it was I kind of laid down and passed out somewhere around 7:30 or so and figured, fuck, all right, 8 o'clock, I set my alarm for 2 in the morning. That gives me 6 hours of sleep. That's decent. Granted, I didn't set an alarm to wake up for that day, because I know I had Tuesday off, so I didn't set an alarm. Maybe I should have, I don't know. But I slept in till about 11:30. I just milled around for pretty much all day, didn't even leave the fucking house. Did a pretty decent workout, just did my own thing for about 30 minutes with well, it was 35 minutes. The last 5 minutes, I kind of stepped it up and tried to get that burnout, where you really just blast away. And I mean, it's mainly just doing cardio-style shit. I did pick up the weights and start pumping at the very end to kind of... They say you get a better calorie burn out of weightlifting, so I kind of did that towards the end. Just to get a little bit more of a... Get more of a pump? No, blood pumping through the veins at least. Trust me, my arms, I am not Hulk Hogan. I do not have 24-inch pythons. Nope. I don't even think these fuckers are venomous. Crack in my neck, that feels good. So I did my 35-minute workout. Did an exercise, did a little bit of a workout there. Felt that was pretty good. No rhyme or reason to it. I was literally just doing my own thing. Not following a DVD or a video or nothing like that. Just literally doing my own thing. Had a stopwatch going so I could see kind of where I was at. Whew. But I figured, I'll do that and, maybe tire myself out some. That'll be good. Throw down a little bit of food. Just before a little before I went to bed. Made sure I had something in my belly. Haven't eaten yet since I woke up. There's the part of it too. Laid down around 7:30. Let's say I passed out by 8. I woke up at whatever time, I didn't quite know. Just kind of, oh man, this again. Because it always happens when I got to do this 4 a.m. shift and I'm not adapted to it. Always happens where I just kind of wake up and like, man, I don't feel tired now. It's like, just wake up to whatever, to turn over, thirsty, grab something to drink, run to the bathroom, drop trout, whatever. What have you. Just kind of woke up. So just to turn over, switch sides. That's how my normal sleep is. Did that and just don't feel tired. Laid there for another 5-10 minutes, and I hear the specific ringtone that I gave for when my brother's calling me. Heard that, I'm like, man, doesn't he know that I'm trying to go to bed? I was already awake, so it's not like it woke me up. Like I said, I was already laying in bed awake for about 10 minutes and then that call came. I was like, fuck it. I didn't answer or nothing. Just kind of looked. Well, that's what drew me to my phone. Then I looked at the times really, it's about 10 o'clock, so I got a 2-hour nap. Okay, that's fine. Just got out of bed, threw down half a cup of coffee that had been sitting in the fridge for I don't know how long, day or two. Good and cold, I'll have you know. Even if it's cold, I'm still running on Dunkin'. Give a fuck. But so my brother called, and eventually I got back to him. I don't even know. It wasn't that much later. 10:30 maybe. So I was sitting in Stern and had my coffee and whatever. Bullshit with him for a little bit. Cook up my food, jump through the shower. Not literally jump through it, but that last little cleanup. Because even though for 2 hours I had been lying around in bed, and I'm just a wake up and take a shower kind of guy. But did that, and here we are. Got my food set up, got my little thermos Camelback, whatever you want to call it, sippy cup for adults. Got my good water in there, my reverse osmosis Whole Foods water. And it's about 3:03 on my clock, which is 7 minutes fast, roughly. So, not quite 3 a.m., but still on my way into work and about to hit I-95. That's the first light that's actually cooperated with me. Wide open streets, and it's taken me this long to leave my parking spot, to hit the ramp to 95 South. Shit. I'm not looking to set no land speed record like I have in the past. Well, not that I was looking to, but I had in the past. Oh boy. Hadn't done this particular morning shift, like I said, in about a year. Not that I'm dreading it. I mean, the first year that I was at this station having to do so, yeah, I was kind of dreading it. I was literally hoping something else would come along to where I didn't have to do it. But I learned it. It's, you know what it is? There can be a hassle of it. But it's mainly just trying to wake up at 2 in the morning. Or the waking up at 2 in the morning. Now, like, that's not a problem. Running the show is not an issue. If it happened in the middle of the day, if this was like noon till 8, as it would be, or even noon till 7, whatever the fuck, I don't care. For 6 hours straight, it is live in-house, top to bottom, no questions asked. But if you want to count that 5 o'clock, well, the 5 a.m. hour, where we do news and traffic live in-house, the programming is run down a satellite signal. It's like the Wall Street Journal morning show or something like that. That's not in-house, but it is live to whatever degree. We're just receiving their signal and have the rights to broadcast it. That being the case, it's basically 6 hours of straight in-house live shit. Now, it sounds like a lot. Well, it kind of is. But it's just the fact that it's early morning. And I'm not an early morning kind of guy. As is evident that I woke up at 10 p.m. A 2-hour nap, not gonna cut it. Now, do I dip into the coffee that they're gonna brew up at work? I don't know, but I had a cup and a half at home already. I just enjoy the coffee. I don't think I'm fucking addicted or not. People would say, well, it sounds like you drink a lot. I really don't. I enjoy it. If there's coffee there, I'll drink it. I mean, it's not like a fucking bottle of vodka, you know. I mean, maybe if I'm at work and, you know, the shift is winding down, yeah, let me have a quick shot of whatever. Sometimes that happens. Well, actually, there is somebody, part of the news crew. Tomorrow is her last day with us. I believe she's going with she's going with one of the TV news crews down here. Spanish, actually. And it's another one of those things. I've never had problem one with anybody that's been in that little tightly knit group we got. Because, I mean, the sports studio and the news studio are right there in the same corner of the building. And literally you cannot... I guess that's the AM corner of the building. There's a lot of FM. That's all there is. There's like 7, 8 FM stations, and we have the 2 AM stations, all tucked away in the one corner. So, it's a tightly knit group. And granted, I have mainly been doing sports now for the better part of a year. Better part of a year and a half, I'd say. But granted, you walk past the news field. Like, the newsroom is the big section of that corner of the building. The news studio, the sports studio, they're right there. They're like they're in the corner of the big corner, if you will. But the people in the newsroom never had problem one with any of them. No squabbles over this or that, or, you know, no shit like that. And the gal that's leaving, like I said, she's leaving tomorrow, which, seeing that my schedule has changed, and I'm doing today 4 a.m. till noon, I'll probably get to see her in the crossover, get to say, hey, who knows, maybe somebody brought in, or was going to bring in a drink or something like that, even if it's just a sparkling cider type thing, you know, something might be there. A cake, I would assume, a farewell, that kind of thing. I don't know if I want cake, though. I don't feel like my workouts have been as bust-ass as... No, I know it. I know my workouts have not been as bust-ass as they could have been this week. I admit that. Being accountable on it. I need to step the fuck up about it. Saying it and doing it, two totally different things. So if there's cake, I don't know, maybe a small wedge off the corner or something like that. But a drink may be had, I don't know. She's a big Diet Coke chick too, which, I mean, speaking of the workout stuff, she's, I don't know what she's still into program-wise, but I know she's been into the fitness kick. Well, I mean, we've done the same programs. I don't know, one of the other kids too. Actually, two of them now that I think about it. Will and Jason have done the P90X stuff, and Patty is the lady leaving. I know she's done it as well. I'm pretty sure Will and Patty are currently working their way through the Orange Theory Fitness. I believe. I know Will is. I thought I heard Patty was. But anyway, yeah, my workout, I need to bust ass a little more, not gonna lie. But she being she's like the queen of the Diet Cokes. I mean, we'll always, have a little joke about, oh yeah, good thing it's Friday, a little bit of Captain and Diet Coke, there you go. I'm not so big into soft drinks, but that's like her thing. I don't know if I'm extremely labeled as the coffee guy, but she's definitely the Diet Coke chick. What can you mix with Diet Cokes when you're sending somebody off on a farewell? Yeah, a little bit of rum. It might be in-house today. Wouldn't surprise me. So, that being the case, we're losing another good person. Well, whatever. On their own terms, thankfully. It's always the way I look at it. Well, actually leaving the building as well. We had a guy work in the newsroom on the technical side, Darren. Cool dude from Boston. I mean, he knows music up and down the board. He knows so much obscure shit, it's amazing. Like, he's forgotten about more music than I'll ever know. And sure, I'm not a music guy, so that goes without saying, but still, I do have a great admiration for people that have some pool of knowledge to something like that. But he's still within the building, just he's leaving our technical side of stuff, and he's going to be running the traffic reports, which the Total Traffic Network, if that's what it's still named, they do shit for all over the state of Florida. We probably do reports for Tampa, Orlando, maybe up Tallahassee, I'm not sure, but it's a big old regional type of deal, and I think he's locked in and doing that in full now. I don't know if they gave him a send-off, and then again, I don't know if he's totally gone or when that turnover takes place, but I know Patty is set to jump out. Well, tomorrow, Thursday, will be her last day. So the fact that I'll at least get to say hey and whatnot, that's always good. I remember when the one dude, Michael Wolf, when he got the jump out, I was there for that last bit. His last newscast that he did a report for, I was literally on the other side of the glass running a baseball game, if I remember right. But I was there for it. I was able to tap into the audio feed and got to hear his final report. But, we still kind of chirp back and forth on Facebook. And he's up in Georgia, retired actually. I would think he's got some other shit going on. Interesting dude. I mean, he's a biker, but it's not like, I don't know. He's I guess you would say an enthusiast. He's big into, kind of the classic motorcycle type shit. He's big into that. He's got himself a nice pair of wheels. What did I say? He's up in Georgia? Because he is, in case I didn't. But, the whole countryside and all that shit, putting up pictures of, like, the changing of the seasons and whatnot, the coloring of the leaves, and, this was just the kind of the old back road trip we took today, getting our way through town. We decided to take the scenic route back, and it just looks awesome. I mentioned how a lot of Floridians go to the Carolinas to kind of get away from all this. Georgia's another spot. I mean, it's close enough if you need to make a visit, if you got family down here or whatever. But yeah, you get that changing of the seasons and that nice country atmosphere. that outdoorsy, you know, you get that. It's just, I don't know, that's how you picture America. That kind of thing, I suppose. But we got someone else leaving on their own terms, thankfully. It's always the best way. Not like nobody's getting shit canned or, you know, got caught stealing, embezzling, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, that's just stupid. I mean, that's kind of leaving on your own terms, just doing it stupidly. But nothing like that. She's set to head out to, and that's to my knowledge that she's taken the Spanish news reporting gig. I mean, I know she's been doing it, kind of recently. Well, that's to my knowledge that I know it's been recently. Whatever, I'm speculating? I don't know what I was going for there. I'm guessing. It's English. I speak it frequently. But she'll be on her way out. I'll get to say, hey, when does she come in? Does she do 9 to 5? Sounds right. Either way, I should see her there for a little bit at the very least. Because I'm not in the building tomorrow when it's her last day. That's the thing of it. And yeah, whether there's snacks and things like that to partake, and, well, speaking of partaking, like I said, Diet Cokes, hey, if there's some Captain Morgan floating around, maybe we take a trip down the plank, you know. That is one thing I always like. It seems like, you know, some of the coolest chicks I know down here, they all like Captain Morgan, and I can't argue with that. It's not like I'm using that as an excuse to, you know, kind of talk to chicks, but if they're down, cheers to you. Hell yeah. If I'm going to drink tequila, everybody seems to scatter, like when you turn on the lights and the roaches run away. Yeah, people avoid that, unless it's Patron, because, you know, hip-hop artists and rappers talk about it, so that's okay. Don't know why. Never see anybody drinking the shit, but they say they like it. 3:15 now. And I mean, I don't really have to be there for probably another hour and 15 minutes. I mean, to get there at 4:30 would be fine. I can get all my shit done. I know what I got to do at this point. Haven't done it in about a year, but it's kind of like riding a two-wheeled unicycle. You know, you just kind of remember how to do it as you go. Yes, a two-wheeled unicycle. You heard me. Well, that's marginally creative. You got to give me credit there, for fuck's sakes. What do we got on time here? Let me do the handheld portion of the. 7 minutes yet? And I'm crossing 441 right now. Wow, that guy was creeping and really got that green light. Good for him. Of course, I'm on my way to work. I don't know where you're going, sir. But if you're driving like that, chances are you ain't in the right frame of mind. Dummy. Dummies and bimbos all over, for fuck's sakes. Mostly guys, I will say that. It's mostly just dummies, straight up. Most women are not out this late / early. I mean, yeah, for a lot of people, it's still Tuesday night bleeding into Wednesday morning. What the fuck are you doing out on the roads right now? Huh. Hey, they can question me the same thing. Yeah, I'd say, what the fuck is this guy doing on the road? Why is he driving so cautiously and defensive almost? Well, because I got a 2-hour nap. And I have to start work at 4 a.m. Well, those guys are lead-footing it, though. I mean, Christ, this is a 40 mile an hour. If I'm showing 45 on my speedo, they gotta be doing at least 50. Wow. Get to wherever you need to, kids. Don't bother me. What's always good is the guy that's out on his bicycle or out walking at this time of day. It's like, really? Shouldn't be out like this. Nothing good happens between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Even if you gotta work, I mean, those just aren't great hours to have. At least you're at work, though. It's not like, yep, going out to the club, get all fucked up. Smoke up, snort up, shoot up, drink up, whatever. Woo! Have you some fun, kids. I mean, I'd done the dumb thing like that and been out, I remember once, and here we go, putting myself in that same pool. Well, I don't know. I was not drinking heavy that night because I knew it was going to be a late one. This was when I was working at the old radio station. For anyone who knows me, they can use it as a reference point. I was chilling with this chick, not like that, but we went to a club in Miami, a club called Space. And it was like a 3-story joint, but the top floor was kind of the techno kind of shit like that. And sure, you could see that there were younger kids around that were just out of their minds on whatever drug. Not bothering anybody, not starting fights, but, they're just... whatever. The music was hitting them, the laser lights and all that. You're really getting them. And I remember seeing a former NBA player, Ronnie Cycli. Or is it Roni? Whatever. I forgot. Wow, I forgot if he's Georgian or from Serbia, whatever, Montenegro, some shit like that. I forgot where he's from, what country. But he played for the Miami Heat. Ronnie Cycli, R-O-N-Y, Cycli, S-E-I-K-L-E-Y, something like that. He was a top pick too, wasn't he? Was he number 1 overall? Huh. Either way. He was a DJ, and his set didn't start until 5 a.m. I had to be to work. Now, if we got there, well, I don't think we got there until maybe midnight or so, maybe 1 a.m. But when this chick I was chilling with told me about that, it's like, she was reading up on the club's website, like, former NBA star will be DJing. I'm like, really, who? Ronnie Cycli. I'm like, holy shit, he played for the Miami Heat. Like, and we were in a club in Miami. I'm like, that's really fucking cool. Why not? Let's go check this shit. And I mean, the techno music, the house music, the EDM, electric dance music, that shit's really big, like, in the club scenes, and especially, like, the Europeans love it. They dig the shit out of it. So it's no surprise that, he DJs this stuff. And to see him, the guy's big. He's damn near 7 foot tall. But his set didn't start until 5 a.m. Now, if we didn't get to the club until about 1, maybe even later than that, I don't know. His set started at 5. We left maybe 5:30 because I had to work. If that was Saturday night / Sunday morning for everybody else, if we leave the club at like 5:30 in the morning, okay, I saw him do like a song or two, whatever. Like, I can say, I saw this guy, former Miami player, do his set this time of day. Like, okay, I got to see it. I'm good to go. And am I in the red yet? No. I've been talking. I don't even know where I am. Driving along. I don't know these streets because they're not full of cars. But if we leave there about 5:30, I had to be to work at noon. So even if I was speeding my ass off, I don't get home until 6 in the morning, right? See where I'm coming from now? Yeah, it was kind of like that. So, imagine that, if you will. But that's kind of how it was going. And believe me when I say that was a long time, but it's not like I was hepped up on something, nothing like that, Well, the clock be ticking down. Less than a minute to go. So we got about 30 seconds. When I get done with work, I might fill up the car, I might buy a little bit of groceries, I might get myself a bottle of bourbon. Don't ask, Jim Beam though. Bourbon sours, they're good. But at any rate, as we're closing out here, gotta get my ass ready for work. So, till we meet again, I'll catch your ass down the road.